Hello everyone and welcome again to Stuuhippys, the gaming channel, trying to put some fun back into gaming. It's not the video I intended to do, I'll be honest. I was hoping to do a hunted it down, borrowed, stole, done everything, and I cannot capture it for some reason. My PC and my capture box is having none of it. But there's a I ain't going to really talk about it. I will quickly. There's about 40,000 people on. It's a good game. I enjoyed it, but it looks dated now. It doesn't flow as well as it used to. So, and I had to use a one controller. So, this is what I've been thinking about doing, the Revolution controller one anyway. But yeah, I had to use this, and what a difference. So fucking absolutely horrible, the PS3 controller. Then obviously you got the PS3 controller, which is a bit bigger, and we've evolved to this. There are scuffs and there are other things you can do, don't get me wrong. So what do I think? I've had it for 3 months now, and do you know what? 99.9% of the time I use it. If there's an update or other things, I just tend to use the other ones. Problems I've had with it, fucking none really, to be honest. The more observant of you may notice, I've actually put some, well, accessories I would call them, but these are control freaks. It's not bad, the actual thing itself, but it was starting to go, like I said, I'm hammering it. And actually the PS control freaks do fit on rather well, he says. You bastard. In fact, it's a better fit than on the PS itself, to the actual PS controls itself. And on this one, same again. This is just a cheap Xbox one, to be honest. I don't mind that, but I find it a bit too small, to be honest. So, but if anything, it's just more protection. But they do give you a bit more grip and that sort of stuff. Other things I've had, I dropped it the other week, and it's bent slightly. Not enough to make it break or anything like that, but top tip, like I said, I've worked in like electrical field for a few years and that sort of stuff, and yeah, put a bit of tape on the end. That's all we used to do, stuff like that. Let's give it a bit extra support. So, but yeah, watch out for that. It did bend even with the protector in. So, good points. It's fucking awesome, actually. I really had fun with it. Has it improved my game? I would say yes. Not as in leaps and bounds, and hasn't made me like a fucking noob into like a fucking pro or something like that. But on certain games, on certain situations, I will have that advantage, especially on jumping. Now I've got it mastered. I don't even have to think about it. And you can jump, and I'm pulling sights up while I'm in the air, and for some reason you seem to hit better when you're up in the air and that sort of stuff, dog fights and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, right. The only problem, like I said, the only other problem I had with it, I thought I'd be able to use it on my PS3, which I couldn't actually. I thought I would. Like I said, I was playing Black Ops with that awful controller, and I thought, fuck it, I'll try it. It'll recognise it's a controller. You can use it as in to control stuff, but as soon as you try to log into a game, it only sees it as a guest. So if anyone from, was it Nacon? Sorry. If anyone from Nacon or Sony actually do get to see this, yeah, do it so you can play it on the free. And I tell you what, a lot more people might buy it actually. So other things, I've messed around with it, and like I said, I tend to use it on like the special ones where you're actually using the micro buttons. I've actually got them all set up. So I have that as jump, I have that as melee, which I don't tend to use, to be honest. Then we got reload, which I use without even thinking now, and I have that one as triangle. But to be honest, I don't tend to use them, to be honest. I still use the main one. Triggers themselves, like I said, on the original one, I like the back ones. These ones themselves, I don't know, for some reason, sorry, For some reason, they don't feel right, but they work every time. So I can't really complain at that, to be honest. Settings themselves, if you don't know, I can't bring it up, otherwise I'll try and bring a picture of it. On the main program itself, you have different settings. You've got settings for small, medium and large, and I've tried them all. So what I would do for a small, I would do something like 40 to 45. Then the medium, I've done high 30, so 35 to 40. Then that leaves 20, the large one in the 20s. I find that's the best. Any lower on the large movement, and you seem to struggle to move around, it's up to you. It's up to you. You know, it's the way you play. I strafe a lot, so I don't really need to be able to turn my right stick easily. You know what I mean? So other things you can do with it as well are, I set up for a bit of a quick scope. Like I said before, a quick scope basically is your sight comes up slightly before you fire your shot. So when you actually fire in, you're near enough on target anyway. And obviously, as long as you're in the chest area, you're killing people. But what I found is you can actually adjust the triggers as well. So I had L2 100%, and I took like, I think it's like 30% off the actual trigger itself, and it was working actually. Was working. I did notice it was coming up before and all that sort of stuff. But the problem with that type of thing is you get relying on it. So I've set it all back to normal anyway, to be honest. Any ways it could be improved? I didn't actually like the buttons here. If they had like the little knobble here on the back there, so you got actually something to feel, because yeah, you can get a bit lost. I know it sounds mad, but you can get a bit lost sometimes. You're like, well, you know it's there, but you're like, so fucking, it's mental. So, is it worth it? Yeah, it is actually. What's a new controller now? 40, 50 quid. And it is tough actually. Like I said, I've dropped it a few times. The only thing I've really, hopefully haven't broke it, was when it dropped. I must have dropped it and it must have fell on there. So be careful of that. Wired, apparently wired is a lot better, and I have noticed it has been a bit better, to be honest. Seems to be a bit more reactive and stuff like that, but it might be psychosomatic. But yeah, no. People who do this for a living, i.e. pro gamers, you know what I mean, whatever they are, they always go for wired, you know what I mean. I think it's something to do with interference and all that bullshit, but I think you get a better connection. It's one less thing. You got to remember, your Bluetooth, you're pressing the button, it converts it into whatever it converts it into the Bluetooth signal, sends it, it gets received, fucking change back into the original command. Yeah. So whatever. So if you haven't got one yet and you're thinking about getting one, yeah, they're definitely worth it. They are worth it. I'd say it's worth it. By now, I would have noticed I've been playing on a new controller for 3 months. Like I said, the build quality is really good. It's only them little tiny things that annoy me. So get it on the PlayStation 3. Make them buttons a bit better, and maybe the weight inside and that sort of bit more, because it's not very weighty, to be honest. But then again, some people like it, that sort of stuff, like some people don't. So yeah. So I apologise, it's not the Black Ops video I was hoping to do. Fucking life, innit? So, but I was meaning to do something like this, because yeah, it's all right saying, oh, it's brilliant, playing it for like a week and you get pissed off of it. The true test is, have I gone back to the other controllers? And I haven't. I do use them now and then on FIFA. It blew my head when I tried to use this for FIFA. I just could not do it. But it's practicing it, you know what I mean? So, yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. And what I'll do, I'll catch you all later.